Our fourth idea, green collar job training programs. As you understand, new technologies require new skills. Energy efficiency and renewable energy industries will not succeed without qualified and trained people who can do the job. We need green workers to install millions of solar panels, to build and maintain alternative energy plants, make buildings more energy efficient, and maintain and repair hybrid vehicles. There are plenty of training programs throughout the country. For instance, in solar technology, we have Austin Community College in New Mexico. Here in Central Florida, we know that the Solar Energy Center offers some courses, but we're not sure they're being offered here. In wind energy, there are courses offered in Iowa, Oregon, and Wisconsin. In green construction, there is a community college that offers an online program, and the Green Building Certification Institute is also offering classes online. And for fuel cell technology, the Texas State Technical College in Waco, Texas, is offering a very interesting program. But to make real progress on economic and workforce development opportunities, we need to focus more carefully on key clean tech energy sectors. We know that the energy efficiency sector can be the fastest and the cheapest way to address global warming, reduce energy costs, and sustain good jobs. Most jobs look like traditional construction jobs. However, most opportunities are available in retrofits, green building, and green manufacturing. The Regional Economic Development Institute at Los Angeles Trade Technical College identifies several emerging middle-skilled occupations among green construction jobs with the highest employment potential. They range from energy and indoor air quality auditor to HVAC operation and maintenance technician to solar installer and technician. The wind sector is also important because of its rapid and high-profile growth both in the U.S. and abroad. Its potential and economic driver, its capacity for job creation in manufacturing. Jobs in the wind sector are comparable to those in the traditional manufacturing, in traditional manufacturing. But component part manufacturing for wind turbines holds particular promise. The Minnesota West Community and Technical College found that employers wanted graduates of 3 related tracks: wind energy technician, wind energy mechanic, and windsmith. So the following key principles have been identified as important in the process. First, we need to target specific sectors. We need to use good data to drive green job initiatives. We need to identify the existing training and education programs, and we also need to identify and fund the needed programs that are not in existence. We also need to use energy standards as green job creation tools. We need to promote green industry clusters and develop clean tech partnerships with schools. We also need to save the existing jobs and create new ones through green innovation. So is this idea an important one to pursue, or should we let these training programs evolve in due time? Thanks.
You know, one of the things that we heard this morning was talk, of course, about all of these initiatives, the things that are being done in San Diego, but where do we have the training? And, you know, the question that was posed to you, and I'd just like to expand on that, is one, is this an important idea to pursue, the training aspect, or should we just let the training programs evolve? My question would be, I know we've got a number of the University of Central Florida individuals here who may be able to speak on this, and a number of maybe other entities as well. You know, should our schools begin to look at offering or beginning to develop develop a curriculum for this type of training. And so if you do have a comment on that, what are some ideas to really make this happen? Who should we bring to the table to begin developing the training, if indeed this is going to be a strong initiative for our Metro Orlando area? So I would invite you to step to the microphone and share your thoughts.
Professor, I felt some duty to...
I thought so. I was looking at you, but...
I think it's important. There's a little chicken-egg problem, I think, with these programs. You know, the partnership between higher education and industry here, I think is very evident. We were speaking about entertainment arts, EA, here in town, a maker of video games, and how they were having problems with workforce issues, and how the interactive academy at UCF's, the Creative Village concept, sort of evolved to keep them here and allow them to expand. So, you know, we may want to look at existing companies that are already here in Cleantech and see if their needs are being met in terms of workforce skills, and then, you know, have that guide the programs, whether it's at UCF or any of our community college partners or technical schools. So I think that's a discussion that should be held. It's, you know, it should be a relatively low cost thing, because presumably we're going to provide a product that you know, has a market that's in demand. So, you know, in my opinion, I'd rank it up there, just because we can stoke Cleantech without laying out a whole bunch of money or legislation.
Good, thank you. Others that would like to comment?
I have to use an example of about 10 years ago, there was a move away from liquid petroleum fuels in the automotive sector to go to gaseous fuels, natural gas, hydrogen. And here in Florida, what happened was that because we didn't develop a culture to go to these low carbon, cleaner fuels, when there was a brief disruption in the marketplace due to extremely low price of petroleum in 1999, 2000, 2001, and a blip in the price of natural gas, the people who had stuck their necks out and bought natural gas buses and vehicles, such as Lynx and I believe Orange County government, and who had installed refueling infrastructure for natural gas vehicles, found that the only support contractor in the state, motor fuelers, went out of business. And when that one company went away, there was nobody left in the entire state of Florida to service compressors, gas compressors, a very basic fundamental technology. It's high tech, but that went away. And as soon as it became more difficult to find a service provider, the companies that had, like Orange County and Broward County and others who had made investments in trying this cleaner, safer, more efficient motor fuel, gave up. And they just let that machinery decay and did not maintain it. And the reason for that was that they didn't have mechanics on their own automotive staff. They had many, many, many mechanics who could take care of a gasoline or diesel-powered equipment, but they had nobody who was really aware of how do you deal with a high-pressure gas in that environment. So there was a failure here, I think, on the training side to fully educate automotive mechanics on this technology. This is relevant today because what we're seeing today is I was in a meeting yesterday with T. Boone Pickens and Mike Jackson, who's the CEO of AutoNation, and there is a massive change happening in the automotive industry throughout the world. We just put $2 billion here in the United States into advanced battery technology to try to develop the lithium-ion battery and the all-electric car. There's discussions again about hydrogen and natural gas and what the public policy should be to incent. But the bottom line is change is coming, and our automotive mechanics in the state of Florida are not ready for that change. There needs to be education in how do you deal with battery electric vehicles, how do you deal with high-pressure gases, in addition to just how do you take care of the good old garden variety gasoline diesel engine. If we don't educate these folks now, they're not going to be ready for whatever comes out of the laboratories tomorrow. And I'm not talking 10 years from now. I'm talking literally tomorrow.
Good. Thank you. Anyone else wish to comment on the training? Please.
We've had such a parade of experts, I thought it was time that the uninformed and ignorant come up. We've been discussing, it seems to me, whether and how we should implement Cleantech, and then how do we finance it. And this, to me, sort of came out of left field, because it's almost sort of hinting at, if we just had the trained workforce, then we could implement Cleantech, and then we could fund it. And it seems to me that this is at the tail end of that cycle. And the public institutions here in town, Valencia, Seminole, and UCF, in my view, have been very responsive to market trends in terms of the courses they're offering. And then the for-profit schools that pop up for this kind of training will be right there, it seems to me, once we figure out whether and how to implement and how to finance those companies. So I rated this relatively low. And the fact that there are UCF people here, and I don't know if there's Valencia or Seminole people here, they'll figure it out. When the demand is there for these jobs, then I think it'll be easy enough to train this workforce.
Good, thank you.